Sketches of life. Peeping Dale buys a sex toy. Peeping Dale enters a local Lover's Lane type store. Dale is a neatly dressed, dorky-looking, friendly neighbor type who teaches junior high math. The Lover's Lane store is a couple's adult adventure store where there is lingerie and sexual accessories for men, women, and couples available for sale. Dale has no sense of place. He may as well be buying a cup of coffee at a cafe and not a sex toy. This is a female-friendly store with female employees and a number of female customers, hence the lingerie for sale. Due to the layout of the store, Dale has to pass by a young woman who is trying to exit and can't really avoid him without circling around a few racks of clothing. He sees a bag in her hand that is partially open. He smiles a very warm and friendly smile and looks her directly in the eye and says, "Boy, that one looks really nice. Is that a dildo or a vibrator?" The woman averts her eyes from him and changes direction and indeed does walk around the racks of clothing to avoid him at all costs, making her way to the exit. He calls after her in a very sincere voice, "Well, whatever it is, I hope it works out well for you." Dale then continues to the male accessory section. He's looking for a pocket pal, that is, a synthetic vagina. He's taking a look at the models that are available. They come in all shapes and sizes. They're vaginas, but some are big, some are small, some look bizarrely shaped to get the job done. A female employee comes over and says, "Can I help you with anything?" "Yes, my current pocket pal is really on its last leg, and I think it's time for a new one." "Well, what do you have in mind? Are you looking for the same model?" Dale says, "No, not really. I'd kind of like something different this time around. My penis is 13 centimeters long and 3.5 centimeters in diameter, and I really want to find something that fits me better this time." The employee looks confused for a second and says, "Centimeters? You measure your penis in centimeters?" Dale smiles and laughs and says, "I'm sorry, I'm a junior high math teacher and sometimes I teach science. I tend to view the metric system as a superior measure of weights and measures, and I always encourage all of my students to use it in regular life. It really is an ideal system. And I'm afraid I tend to use it even in situations where it might not seem useful." The employee gives a confused look and says, "Okay. Well, I don't know if any of our models use those measurements. I'm not too sure they're really designed for specific penis sizes. Generally, they come in a one-size-fits-all style." Dale laughs. "Yes, I'm sure. If you say so. Fair enough. But regardless, I tend to use mine quite a bit, and I think more important than size is durability. Do you happen to have one that is extra durable or perhaps reinforced to be able to withstand a lot of wear and tear?" The female employee looks over to the models and notices a very large cylinder that is called a fleshlight and says, "Well, these fleshlight models seem to have the most surrounding tissue. They might hold up the best." Dale takes it from her hands, examines it, takes a look at it, kind of weighs it in his hand, sees that it is a large, blocky-looking item that one would presume is sturdier and, if possible, industrial strength compared to some of the other tiny models that are available. The employee then asks, "Have you thought about our advanced model? We have a life-size replica of a woman's posterior to give you a very authentic feel." Dale says, "I'm sorry, but those are just sad. No, I think I'll stick to one of these fleshlights. I'll give this thing a try. It does look like it can take a pounding, but blow-up dolls, I'm sorry, that's just sick." The woman then takes the fleshlight inside the large container and goes over to the cash register. Dale casually follows her over there. And then while ringing him up, she asks, "So do you need any lubricant to use? These models usually require something water-soluble to make sure that the material holds up." "No thanks," Dale says. "I have my own recipe." "You have your own recipe?" Never mind. Okay, well, is there anything else I can help you with today, sir? Dale says, now that you mention it, I'm pricing out butt plugs for a friend of mine. And scene. Scene fades on that question. Recorded May 3rd, 2013.